It was. I respect him, man. Like he thought like he knew I was skillfully wise in boxing. Like I was way better than him, but he knew he had to make it a scrap to make it close, and that's what he did. And my ego, like I thought like I could have knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? Like even though I wowed him a couple times and all that, you know, like it just I fed into his game. And being like when I could like this fight, I could have made it way more easier for myself.
Well, congrats, you won.
Yeah, man.
Again.
Yes, let's go. I did it. They kept saying it was gonna be an upset too, bro. I don't know why, man. Every time I feel like when I fight, I have something to prove. Every single time, like I don't know, like with this fight too, that people saw Tom Zanetti in the past, and there was a clip going around of me watching him and be like, "Oh, Slim is scared of him. Yada yada, he's scared of him." I was just trying to study the way he was moving. Yeah, he was strong. I know he was strong. He was way bigger than me. You guys see the body difference between me and him?
Yeah.
You see how big he is?
Like, big.
Like if you guys take our body frames and you showed it to any random people, like be like, who's a fighter? You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna choose that guy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like who would have thought? You know what I mean? So like in that fight, that whole build up with me and him, I kept saying like, you know, like if he wanted to box with me, I'll outbox him. If he wanted to brawl with me, I'll outbrawl with him. Yeah. So he came in, he wanted to dog it out with me, and I kind of let my ego get to me, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I let my ego get to me, and I dogged it out with him. You know what I mean? I was dogging it out with him. We was just slugging. I don't know how it was for you guys to watch ringside.
For me, like Tom Zanetti, I didn't know what to expect from him. I haven't seen him fight ever. I've just heard of his
he
name.
only had one other fight, right? And it was cancelled.
Yeah.
The opponent pulled out.
He was at 3 fights and 3 opponents pulled out.
Wow. But to be fair, watching your fight with him, you can probably tell why, because this guy's a psychopath, man. Like when you're punching him and he's smiling, walking back to you, how do you feel when you see that? Because I would be scared, man. I'm like, this guy.
You hit him with like a good punch, and he just kind of goes like,
he just smiles and walks back.
His energy was crazy. He's pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, man. But people don't know he been doing Muay Thai for like 10 years. Muay Thai,
really?
like he been doing Muay Thai for a long time. So he's not no random, like he's not no Andy Worski putting on gloves for the first time. You know what I mean? But he is crazy. Like when I was hitting him with some shots, like he was taking it. And there was a big size difference too. So like people don't understand with size. Like when the bigger guy is able to take a punch, and give one back. You know what I mean? So like, he took some big punches. Like the first round, I shook him. He fell against the ropes. I thought I was gonna knock him out, so I went against him with the ropes. I started swinging too much. You know, I got too much into the moment. You know, like I gotta learn how to be a little more patient. You know what I mean? Like I feel like pressure kind of got to me because I was just swinging too much. But the second round, I wobbled him again. Yeah. Third round, like there was only one moment. Like the first 2 minutes, I was winning the whole third round. Yeah. The last minute of the third round, like he called me with some like 4 hooks, and everybody's like, oh, now they're calling it a draw. They're saying, oh, it's a draw. Like when it first came out. Like did y'all think the ringside? Did y'all think it was supposed to be a draw?
I think to be fair, I think ringside the feeling was kind of it was like the first 2 were you, the first 2 were his. But I don't know enough about boxing to figure out what the difference was in that round.
Yeah, I think. A lot of people said, I heard like a very mixed thing of some people saying draw, some people saying you win. Everyone agreed like there's no way you could have lost that like at all.
Yeah, it was never going his way.
But they were like, I'll understand if they say he wins. I'll understand if it's a draw. But it is a lot, as you said, it is easy to forget. Like everyone thinks of that one moment where he hit you. And they forget the early round.
Dang, like,
that's what I mean. You
like that, man.
I forgot this. Like you remember the later moments where it happens, if you know what I mean.
I remember every single moment. Like the first 2 rounds, I dominated him. Like this is the second round.
Yeah, no, first 2 rounds we were all like,
I can't believe you made
easily
it. 3-4.
winning. Yeah.
How?
Yeah, he was.
But then like, he's looking at you there, like, hey,
just smiling, man.
Yeah, the second round he got saved by the bell. Like I had him against the ropes. I was, we got saved by the bell.
Yeah. For
sure.
The
third round, I give him props. Like he called me, he countered me twice, like some good counters. But I kind of showed that I had a chin too. Like to be able to take a punch like that from a bigger guy. Yeah, he's way bigger than me. Like and I took his punches and I ate it. I didn't get wobbled. I didn't get dazed. But I clinched him, because that's a defensive move. But like I didn't. It's not like I got dazed or anything. You know, I'm proud of myself to be able to take that punch like right in the chin, like because most people won't be able to take that kind of punch. Wait, where is it? Right here? I think it's right here. Third round, right here. But no, I think it's a little before this.
Well, where he hits you?
Where he called me. Right here, bang. He got me right there.
Yeah.
I threw a right hand. I think a little before that, I threw a big right hand and he dodged it and he called me with his right hand.
Yeah.
So obviously I've never fought, so I don't really understand when you get hit like that. How much are you out of it at all? Are you like...
in a real fight, I never got hit hard enough, but in sparring, like once I got hit so hard, like right here on the side of my head, like for a moment, you see black and white, like a flash black and white. Like that's like, damn, I'm like, damn, this is how like feels to get close to getting knocked out, huh? Like it was like a quick flash, it's like switching off the lights for 1 second, like 0.1 second, on and off. Imagine seeing that from your brain. Like you see everything black. It's kind of like a crazy feeling. So imagine after I fought Tom Zanetti, he told me, he's like, I saw those flashes a few times throughout the fight. He told me that.
Wow.
So I knew exactly what he was talking about because in sparring, I felt that feeling once.
What were the gloves in this fight?
The gloves? 10 ounce. Yeah, pro. These are pro rules. Like, you know, like it's pro rules. But I respect him, man. Like he thought, like he knew I was skillfully wise in boxing. Like I was way better than him. But he knew he had to make it a scrap to make it close, and that's what he did. And my ego, like I thought, like I could have knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I wowed him a couple times and all that, you know, like I fed into his game. And being like, when I could like this fight, I could have made it way more easier for myself if I think boxed.
so. Yeah.
I could have made it more easier. That's why a lot of people are shocked. That's why I'm not like with my performance. I know I'm way better than this. You know, like that's why I don't care too much about the critics because I know I'm way better than this. Even my coaches are telling me this. Like, you know, I made this fight harder than it should have been.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's cool. It doesn't really matter.
It's always learning, though, isn't it? Every fight you learn, you grow, you get better and better. So.
Yeah. And not only that, like this weight class is 175.
Yeah,
I make it to 169, bro. Like I'm 169 pounds. I can't even make 175.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys do kg, right? You guys don't know pounds.
Yeah.
You don't know about pounds.
2.2 pounds to a kg. That's all I know. But I also can't do maths, so information is useless.
So it's like,
to me.
I'm a little over 3 kg under like the weight limit. You know what I mean? And then bro, like it's just. It's difficult. That's why after this fight, I'm gonna shoot down. I'm gonna go to 160.
Well, I think with these like influencer boxing, especially in Misfits, the pool of fighters is not necessarily big enough to be able to get closer to the weights, is it? So you have to. Well, a lot of fighters have to do some extreme weight gain or weight losses to be able to fight the person they want to fight. Yeah. You know, because also like you need big names as well. So it's hard to meet in the middle sometimes. So hopefully more fighters come in, and there's going to be more categories and more people in those categories.
Well, Misfits just signed a 5-year deal.
Yeah,
right now, bro.
So the ceiling's high.
Yeah, the ceiling is high. The Misfits is taking over. Like honestly, with the 4 events they've been doing, they've been doing an incredible job. Like I feel like they're getting a lot of new people into boxing, just like the young audience too. Like so many people are like. And I see a lot of traditional people, like traditional boxers, fans, like they get so mad about it, but they shouldn't because they're bringing a whole like different like eyeballs to the sport, and then those guys are gonna start watching the bigger fights, like to see how world class fighters fight. Yeah. You get me? So like, it's a good thing actually.
But I think the boxers understand it themselves. It's just the like hardcore fans that don't want to understand it.
But this is like a new genre, isn't it? It's a new genre of like the traditional boxing. So it's like the influencer as well aspect combined with pro fighters. So
I know this is gonna sound controversial, right? I think this is so much more entertaining.
Same.
But I watched like a big title fight, and they're both so safe. Like, admittedly, they are better boxers, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
But like, that's not what you want to see, is it? Like, if people want to see like this fight was sick, they want to see that kind of fight. They don't want to see this like really slow, like jabbing for 12 rounds. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly that too. And what also makes like Mr. Special is like the personalities. Like everybody got their own little personality. It's kind of like I said, it's like a WWE style. Like
exactly,
you know what I mean? Like everybody got their own little personalities, and then they got their own egos, their own fan bases, their own stories. Come together and fight it out, and someone's ego gets shattered.
Do you think that's what it is? Like, I was going to ask you what's the biggest like reason Misfits is different than other events. I think that might be it. You know, the backstory, the social media, the hype around it. Because there's been a lot of companies trying to do the social media like boxing fights, right? Like Social Gloves. What was the one? Global Titans and stuff. At the end of the day, struggle. But Misfits just seems to be killing it. Like, is it like KSI? Is he the one being able to bring all these kind of eyes to it, and then the fighters then take it from there with someone like yourself, being entertaining, or is it just what are Misfits doing? Man,
I KSI, he's an OG in the game.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing like honestly like one of the best events I ever been to personally was KSI vs Logan Paul 2. I was there in LA. Like, you guys remember that? Like backstage, yo, it was amazing. Like that was the first time like I was around that kind of atmosphere. Like everybody was there. Like, and I remember being backstage in the VIP room. And it's like everybody I see on YouTube in the same room. It was like, yo, it was such a cool thing. Like KSI brought the whole UK, and Logan brings like all of like America, and like everybody comes together. It's like how often? Like, it's been years, and like something like that hasn't happened in a long time. Yeah. Well, Misfits 1 kind of like brought a lot of people together.
Misfits brought it back in a big way, I think, because we would always talk about boxing, YouTube boxing on the podcast, and there's a period of time where it got really boring and nothing was happening. It was literally just Jake fighting, And now it's back, and it feels like with Misfits with the 5-year deal as well. It's like, okay, we know it's going to be here now for time to come. So it's exciting.
Yeah, it's super exciting, honestly. Like I'm just grateful to be a part of it. Like I feel like I finessed my way. You
deserved it, man. But you bring a different, not only the boxing, but you bring the personality there, which is what's needed in this like space. Like even in, was it Misfits 3 in Austin? You didn't fight on that card, right?
Yeah.
But you were presenting, you were commentating.
Yeah, I was commentating.
So that, like, you're part of the family, and people want to see you not just for the boxing, but they also want to see your personality.